Example 50.6, and then there is 2 points on this straight line. That means if we want, we can find the equation of L here. Oh, they asked us to find it already. So we try to find out the equation of this. To do this, we have to let a general point xy. And then similar reason for equation of L. Straight line, that means every section they have the same slope, same steepness among every section. The first point will be we compare this general point together with 2, 1 here. So my choice is y minus 1, x minus 2. And then the slope, we use these given points, we can confirm the slope already. So we use these 2 points. 13 minus 1 and then over 5 minus 2. The y difference is 15 minus 1, which is 12. The x difference is 5 minus 2, which is 3. So we find the slope here is 4. And then I don't want the fraction form, I want y be the subjects. Finally, we get y is equal to 4x plus minus 7, which means that if we draw the graph again, it's passed through y-intercept negative 7, and then the slope is going up like this. Whenever increase by 1 from x coordinate, then the point will go up by 4. And that's why when we go right by 2 times, then the height increased by 8 times from 0 to x coordinate 2. Then the y will increase by 8 from negative 7 increased to 1, which is consistent with our drawing here. In part B, they ask us to find the intercepts. That means x-intercept together with y-intercept. We have to find 2 things. X-intercept is this point. We need to know the x position of this point when it's cut x-asset. To consider this, there is one criteria, is the height is equal to 0, is on the ground. So for x-intercept, it's a very special case when the height is on the ground. That means the height is equal to 0. X-intercept exactly mean when y equal to 0. Because every point on this line fulfill this requirement, so we may just replace y by 0 to get the corresponding x. 0 is equal to 4x minus 7. X is equal to 7 over 4. So we know that the x coordinate here is 7 over 4. For y-intercept, which means that when the left-right position equal to 0, when x equal to 0, you have to remember the condition for x-intercept and y-intercept. Then y will equal to 4 times 0 minus 7. The key point is this term must become 0. So the constant term itself representing the y-intercept. That's the advantage of using slope-intercept form here. Intercept representing y-intercept. So y is equal to negative 7. That means the y-intercept is equal to negative 7. We already finished part A, and then we focus on part B now. We have to determine, do this line pass through 3? This means when x is equal to 3, is y equal to 5? That means like this. If this is equal to 5, that means it's passed through this point. If y is not equal to 5, that means it do not pass through this point. So by using this logic, we are considering a special situation is when x equal to 3. Then y should equal to 4x minus 7 is the criteria of L. That means the corresponding y will be 4 times 3 minus 7. We get 5. So that means it's passed through this point. Finally, part C is the most important part. They say find the equation of straight line L1. This is called L. However, now we have another straight line is called L1, which pass through 3, 5. Just now we already proved it. 3, 5 along this line. Pass through this point. And then L1 also pass through this point, which means L1 and L intercept at that point. And they have one more criteria, is this line are perpendicular to L. So the direction of L1 is fixed. We limited this angle must be 90 degrees. L1 perpendicular to L. And our target is to find out the equation of L1 now. To know about L1, we already know L1 pass through this point is given by the question. And we also want to know the slope of L1. It is not given directly, but they try to give us indirectly. It's because in part C, given L1 perpendicular to L. Based on the property we learned in the previous video, if they are perpendicular, then the slope product is equal to -1. So slope 1 times the slope of L should equal to -1. The slope of L, we already found it, which is 4. So m1 times 4 is equal to -1. That's why we can trace back the corresponding slope of L1 is -1/4. It's going downward slowly. We finish the preparation work, then we can start working on equation of L1. We just repeat the same thing again. Slope equal to slope. This side we set our general point xy, any point on this line, and then compare with 3, 5, so we have y minus 5 over x minus 3. The slope of L1, we already found it, even though it's not directly given, but after calculation we know it's -1/4. It's consistent with this drawing. It's going downward. So y is equal to -1/4x plus 3/4 and then plus 5. That means the y-intercept here is 23/4. Can be found out directly if we write down in slope-intercept form. In your textbook, they do not write in this format. Most probably they write in general form, which means that I don't want fraction. So they both from this point, they try to write in this way. Both sides times -4, so -4 move to another side. And then -4y plus 20 is equal to x minus 3. And then they put all other things on one side. And then how many x plus how many y plus how many. They try to organize in this format. So this is x plus 4y and then minus 23 equal to 0. This is so-called general form. But once again, I suggest you use slope-intercept form even though they are fraction.